My sister's new boyfriend mocked me at dinner. Everyone laughed. Mom told me to stop making the family look bad, so I let them talk until he mentioned his job. Then I pulled out my phone and watched their smiles fade. I should have known the dinner was going to be a disaster when my sister Vanessa texted me. Dress nice. Blake's really successful and I want to impress him. Blake. Her new boyfriend of 3 weeks who she claimed was the one. I showed up in jeans and a button-down. Not fancy, but clean. The moment I walked through the door, Blake was already holding court in the living room, designer watch gleaming, telling some story about closing a major deal. My parents hung on every word like he was delivering the gospel. And that's when I told the client, either you trust my vision or find someone else. Blake said, laughing. My dad actually clapped. Vanessa beamed at him like he'd just cured cancer. Dinner started normal enough. Then Blake zeroed in on me. So what do? He asked. That fake, interested tone people use when they're really just waiting to talk about themselves. I'm a software engineer, I said simply. He smirked. Like IT support? Fixing printers and stuff? Not exactly. I work in cybersecurity. Right, he said, waving his hand dismissively. My company has guys like you. We call them the basement crew. He laughed at his own joke. My mom shot me a look. The don't ruin this look. I stayed quiet, but Blake wasn't done. Throughout dinner, he kept making little digs. When I mentioned a project I was working on, he interrupted. That's cute. I'm sure it keeps you busy. When I reached for the bread, he said, carbs at dinner? Explains the dad bod. Everyone laughed. My own family laughed. Vanessa touched his arm adoringly. You're so funny. I felt my jaw tighten, but I kept eating. Then my mom leaned over. Stop being so sensitive, she whispered. You're making the family look bad. Blake's just teasing. That's when I decided to just let him talk. I sat back, nodded politely, and let Blake dominate the conversation. He was more than happy to oblige. He talked about his luxury apartment downtown, his Tesla, his weekend in Cabo, how he built his career from nothing through sheer determination and genius. My dad asked him question after question, completely mesmerized. So what exactly do you do? Dad asked. Blake leaned back, swirling his wine. I'm a senior financial consultant at Meridian Capital Group. I handle high net worth portfolios, oversee investment strategies. It's intense work, but someone's got to do it. My mom gasped. That sounds so impressive. It is, Blake said confidently. Not everyone has what it takes to operate at my level. I pulled out my phone. Vanessa noticed immediately. Really? You're on your phone during dinner? Just checking something, I said calmly, scrolling. Blake chuckled. Probably playing one of those nerdy phone games. I found what I was looking for and set my phone down, screen up, right next to my plate. Meridian Capital Group, I said slowly. That's interesting. Blake's smile faltered slightly. Yeah, what about it? Well, I actually consult for Meridian. Have been for 2 years. Cybersecurity overhaul for their entire network. The table went quiet. I work directly with the executive team, I continued. And I'm looking at their employee directory right now. There's no Blake Thornton listed anywhere. Not in financial consulting, not anywhere. Blake's face went from tan to pale in seconds. It's a big company. The directory isn't always updated. It's updated weekly. I literally updated it yesterday. I turned my phone around so everyone could see the screen. Want to tell everyone where you actually work? Silence. Vanessa grabbed his arm. Blake? I'm between positions right now, he stammered. I used to work there. Recently left. I shook my head. I checked LinkedIn too. You've never worked for Meridian. You're a sales associate at a car dealership. I showed them his actual profile. My dad's jaw dropped. Blake stood up abruptly, knocking his chair back. This is ridiculous. You're just jealous. Of what? I asked calmly. Your lies? He grabbed his jacket. Vanessa followed him, crying, but he shook her off at the door. I don't need this, he muttered, and left. The silence afterward was deafening. Mom finally spoke. Why did you do that? I looked at her evenly. You told me I was making the family look bad. I was just making sure we knew who actually was. I stood up, grabbed my coat, and walked out. Vanessa texted me later that night. One word. Thanks. Sometimes the truth is the best revenge.